Welcome to the Talkin Trash Addiction Recovery Podcast. We suffered in silence. Now we recover out loud.
Good evening. Welcome to the channel for 6 o'clock news at 9. I'm your anchor, Professor Pee-Pee Poo-Poo Bottom Pants Esquire. Today's top story we're following. A United Airlines flight originally from Atlanta bound for France had to make an emergency landing in Trenton Mercer Airport due to engine issues. There were no injuries. However, all passengers had to be treated for shock after realizing they were in New Jersey. Good evening, Talkin Trash. Welcome to episode 192. My name is Jim. I'm a grateful alcoholic. And we got a great guest tonight, Star C, who is an alumni of Prairie Sky Recovery, and now to a man who puts fun in dysfunctional, Jimmy Snyder.
That's funny. The airport thing. That's the last airport I flew out of. Airport.
I did my research, man.
Trenton Mercer Airport. Spirit Airlines. They might get you there. They might not.
That's
all right, everybody.
Spirit. There you go.
It's a crapshoot.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 192. What is it? 192. We're just hanging out. We have another friend coming on from PSR. Star, she's very excited. She's very nervous. She's going to kick ass. We're just hanging out doing our thing. The boys are really working hard for the show, and it shows. A lot going on this week. We have clean time. We have some people hitting milestones, and we got somebody closer. Tiger's in trouble. Once again, poor guy. I feel terrible for him. And everybody's getting busted his balls, driving drunk, whatever. I mean, give the guy a break. The poor guy can't get healthy because he's stinks. You know, it's like, this probably should have been his 20th DUI. Anyway, let's do our preamble and get her go.
Oh well, 3 times.
This is our humble broadcast, where ethics and personal anonymity are of the utmost importance. We run this podcast as an act of service to those whose lives have been affected by addiction. We don't do it for profit or notoriety. We place principles before personalities. We benefit from this podcast just as much as anyone else. We all work programs and choose to sacrifice our own anonymity to spread the word that recovery is possible. We do this thing in an attempt to show, as living examples, that no matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That's the 9th step promise. It's our creed we abide by here on Talkin Trash. We feel called to uphold AA and NA principles. We firmly believe that you can only keep what you have by giving it away. Please join us in a moment of silence, followed by the Serenity Prayer.
God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
All right, everybody, welcome to Talkin Trash. So, let's go around and meet everybody.
What did you do to celebrate, Timmy?
Just stuff. All right, where's the intro? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, congratulations, Tim. That's a big one, buddy. That's
Yep. Hey, thank you. I hate pumping my own tires, but I have to. All right, first on deck is Jimmy Live.
Da. There you go.
He's an ambassador for the show. He's an ambassador for recovery. He's made most of this happen. Our co-host, everything. Jimmy is he's fucking trash through and through. He's a sponsor. He sponsors. He's got 2 kids. He goes into the prisons. He talks to kids there. He's just trying to save everybody, but like nobody wants to cooperate. And I get it. It's hard. Next on our live thing on our fucking website isn't working. I'll get to it. Is Bradley Bradley is our newest to the team of Talkin the Class. He is dedicated, man. He's got an energy that people kind of they orbit around. They flock to that shit. He is 47 years old. He's also a Canadian. We're so grateful Bradley is here. It's a black guy. I don't know why he's there. There he is. Let's see. Nextly, what I do? Jimmy Bradley. Next is a Timmy Schneider. That is me. Me. Yep, I know. I'm the best. 1,000 days. So
1,002.
1,002.
Don't forget about that.
I kind of do this full time, and but I got to give back because it's all been given to me. So I live a life of servitude and giving back, and I'm grateful for that today. I really am. Nextly on Dexley is William Dexley, whatever. Willie D in the place to be.
Oh, Willie.
He's the only one with a dragon. He's got a dragon.
Yeah. Well, how come he gets a dragon?
No, I want a dragon.
What are you eating, Will? That's curd?
He's such an animal.
Or is that wait?
Hey, boys. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? How are you?
Do I have any pizza in my teeth?
No, you got cheese though.
Okay,
you do have some
teeth
on you there, guys.
Pizza Hut pizza just now.
That's incredible.
That's an oxymoron. It was a good pizza from Pizza Hut. That's like I didn't get gas from Taco Bell. Yeah, sure.
You people and your pizza. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, any of you. You've never had real pizza, so I feel bad for everybody here.
What's a real pizza?
New Jersey. Yeah, a tomato pie. A good tomato pie from Papa's or Di Lorenzo's on a Friday night, heading down to see the Trenton Thunder wallop some balls. Hell yeah.
Oh, baby.
Bradley, when you're in town, I'll take you for the best pizza in the world.
Oh, Jimmy, you know what? I was thinking the other day.
And you're probably an all-dressed man, I'm thinking.
Oh, boy.
Not when I'm around you.
I know. I'm just going to say, it's like, oh, baby. That's not a pillow.
Brad, I just pumped your mic all the way up because I don't think we're hearing it.
Hold on a second. Let me check out my audio, boys. Maybe I screwed up here. Everybody calm down.
That's a good possibility.
What a day. What a week. What the fuck? Everything is crazy right now. I don't understand why. There's a lot. What's a lot going on? Just trying to process. Oh, yeah, start Instagram.
To me.
Thanks, guys. No, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm just kind of, a little shaky today. I feel like punching something in its face, and I don't want to do that. But I just feel like I want to. So I harken back to my days of hockey and shit. And it brings up a very fun thing. So 25 years ago today, it was an ordinary day. Me and my now ex-wife went to Philadelphia to watch a Flyers game before the playoffs, and this happened.
Don't you know better? He's sitting in the penalty box. He's getting heckled like that never happened. Heckled by some Flyers fans. He's looking member of the Dirty 30. Okay, well, are they? I have no idea. So a little more heckling, and then he goes to the big water dunk. Okay, and then here comes Chris Falcone of Havertown. He's over the glass breaks, and he's in Ty Domi's face, except Domi pulls his sweater down and starts to pummel him. Just absolutely pounds him. Now Paul Collins gets involved, and they separate them, and Domi, I think he spits on him too. He spits at him. Take a look, coming up, boom.
Every time I watch it, it gets better.
Chris Falcone, at least according to his friends, and we hope to hear from Ty Domi later. Domi threw water on Chris 3 times, according to the friends, and Chris left with a cut on his forehead.
So I watched this unfold from 50 feet away. It was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen as a human being. But then again, I'm pretty stupid. So I was there for that.
Man, that just blows my mind.
I was second level, but I was first row with my ex-wife, and right before that happened, me and her got on the kiss cam. They did the cameras right there. We kissed, and I did this whole thing where like I grabbed her and I made out with her. The whole place went crazy. Anyway, 10 minutes later, Ty Domi's fighting this Chris Falcone from Hammertown. I saw it happening live, and I'm like, is this real? Like I couldn't. My mind wasn't processing it. So it was just a crazy thing. It happened 25 years ago today. So damn.
I remember watching that because like, don't hit him, Ty. It's a lawsuit, Ty.
I know it.
Right?
Well, the dude became famous.
It's a trap.
Of course, the guy's famous. He did like their emceeing for a few years and stuff. He got all involved. Anyway, we are looking at our daily reflap Jack. Jimmy.
Alrighty, kids, make sure you're sitting comfortably on those chairs or sofas. For March 29th, our daily Reflapjack Reflaption. Trusted servants. They are servants. Theirs is sometimes thankless privilege of doing the group's chores. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 134. In Zorba the Greek, Nikos Kanonikas describes an encounter between his principal character and an old man, busily at a work planting a tree. What is that you're doing? Zorba asks. The old man replies, well, you can see very well that I'm doing, my son. I'm planting a tree. But why plant a tree? Zorba asks. You won't be able to see it bear fruit. And the old man answers, I, my son, live as though I was never going to die. The response brings a faint smile to Zorba's lips. And as he walks away, he exclaims with a note of irony, how strange. I live as though as I'm going to die tomorrow. As a member of AA, I have found that the third legacy is a fertile soil in which to plant the tree of my sobriety. The fruits I harvest are wonderful, peace, serenity, understanding, and 24 hours of eternal fulfillment. And with the soundness of mind to listen to the voice of my conscience, when, in silence, it gently speaks to me, saying, you must go in service. There are others who must plant and harvest. There you go, kids. Opa!
Zorba. That's to hear the music, Jimmy? Extra credits for getting through that with this horrible song blasting in the background. I had to do it. Yeah, that's trusted servants. What do we think of that, boys? I mean, that's what we're doing right now. We're serving. What's the I asked the question, then I'll answer it after. The three legacies of 12 Step. Jimmy, what are these legacies they were just talking about?
Unity, service, and recovery. There you go.
Right on.
No prompting required. I had to look at that damn thing. Look at
people
that.
Don't realize that there are these core principles that AA and NA they hold dear, and there's a reason. So that one, Zorba the Greek. I don't know what Zorba the Greek is. I guess it's a show. I have no idea what it is. I do know the music because we would play it at hockey games. But Zorba the Greek, a trusted service. We got a couple people here. Angela Dickey. Hi, honey. We miss you. We're here.
Hey, girl. Don't get kicked off tonight. Don't mention any Peruvian marching. Don't mention the word Peruvian marching powder. There you go.
Right? Oh, my God. So
if you know what I mean.
That's what those are. All right, what else we got going on here? Oh, this is not good. I feel bad. I really feel bad for Tiger Woods. He is a suffering addict, not getting the help he needs, probably because he's fucking Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? So, he doesn't get in trouble. He it's all a slap on the wrist. He's a full-blown addict, though. He is addicted to. I mean, he takes it all. He does it all. And he falls asleep at the wheel quite a bit, which I have a problem with. But I don't judge him because it's not, it's as sober human beings, we know that's a fucking terrible thing to do. But like here on planet Earth, there are people who get away with it. What do you guys think of Tiger Woods and his troubles? I feel terrible for him, actually.
I think you nailed it because he is Tiger Woods, or anybody who's famous in whatever level usually can fucking get away with some shit.
Somebody's closer.
Yeah, to a telephone pole. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Well, like I mean, I've been where he's at, crashing cars and doing stuff that a normal sober human being wouldn't do. And I feel bad for him. So he's Tiger Woods, all right. And he gets out of this shit. He's only got 2 DUIs on record. He's flipped 15 fucking cars all over the continental U.S. The poor guy is a suffering addict, not getting help, and I feel bad, and everybody's gonna jump his shit for driving drunk. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Tiger Woods, y'all?
Well, it's sad. Like with fame comes, like they say, well, you just turn into you think you're above the law, and you look like a guy like Charlie Sheen, same type thing, but pulled the head out of his ass and got help.
He's
But
like
you just
Tiger
think, well, you know what I mean. You think you're Teflon and you can just get away with everything. Like, do you know who I am? Yeah, you're an addict or you're an alcoholic. You have a problem.
Yeah.
Get the help, but you can't force them, right? If you force them, it's all you're going to do is just going to be just forcing them.
But with that being said, these guys, like, it's different for the average. Oh, excuse me, gracious. It's different for the
mac and cheese
for the average human being, I say. But like when you're famous, like everything gets swept under the rug, so it's easy to get down those fucking tracks that are good, right?
Yep. Really, yeah. It's scary that he doesn't get the help that he deserves. Everybody deserves help because you can't help yourself when you're in that state. You're helpless, and we rely on other people to set us straight. And
think about how many enablers they have because that's
no one's gonna tell him no.
Exactly.
Right.
Dude, he can drive a ball 300 yards. He can do whatever the hell he wants, apparently. And I hate golf, by the way. It's so stupid. But
I love it.
I like golf.
It's the hardest game in the world. I feel bad for him. I feel there's a lot of people out there.
You just gotta tap it in.
Like he said, it says
and you can do that in golf too. Yeah,
right.
In 2009, he drove into a fire hydrant. 2017, they found him asleep at the wheel. He was taking Vicodin, the lauded Xanax, Ambien, THC in his system. That time he went to rehab. Yeah. 2019, he fucking wins the Masters. Tiger Woods, y'all.
Y'all.
And then, I guess 2021, he got into another accident in California. I just feel for him. I do. It's a sad face right there. And, he could probably get the best help in the world, and it wouldn't matter because he's enabled by the ones around him. So I'll leave it at that. Let's see what else we got going on. All right, so should we do clean time now or after? I think we'll hold off on it for a second. But we're starting to do clean time every show. And what we do is we tell our own clean time and then encourage everybody to drop their clean time in the comments. So keep that in mind. I clicked on that by accident. But hey, Will, what do you think about Tiger Woods or whatever? Anything? What's going on with you?
Well, most people think that, or my opinion is that, so most people that can't afford or don't have the ability to seek out help, you know what I'm saying? Or they, they think it's the hardest for them. But imagine the people that get enabled everywhere they turn. They'll never get the help that they really need because no one is going. In reality, someone that's got money or has the needs, they're going to find they're going to be able to get out of it no matter what. And at the end of the day, that's why so many of these rich celebrities overdose and die. Like a member of the 27 Club, whatever,
27 Club. And speaking of which, our recovery centers for the night. Jimmy, could you read those
off? Alrighty, well, welcome to our recovery centers, and we have joining us this evening Victory Home, Serenity Treatment Centers, Discovery Recovery, New Hope Rehab, Sunrise Detox, Boca Rehabilitation, Lakewood Oxford House, Surfside Sober Living, Paradise Sands Recovery Center, Hope Restored Recovery, give me some oxygen, the Haven Detox, Hustle Hope Sober Living, Maryvale Rehabilitation, and Prairie Sky Recovery Center.
And as always, Prairie Sky, there are personal friends. Yeah, there it is. So we have a young lady coming on who is she's pretty, she's well spoken, and she's coming off she's 2 years clean from meth and alcohol, She really, I think she is a star. So we're gonna in just a second here. I just clicked on Photoshop. This whole podcast might be done. I've never clicked on Photoshop at this juncture.
Good for you.
Lynn says he needs to get help before he hurts or kills someone. I know.
Is it the car this time though?
No, it was just him.
Oh, I thought it was kids were in the car this time or something.
All right, enough of that. But yeah, Lynn said it right. Somebody needs to step in and intervene. But who's going to tell Tiger Woods not to be Tiger Woods? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, right, exactly. And it will get to that. It'll go that far. You know,
there are judges that don't give a shit.
No shit, or they pride themselves on sticking a celebrity. Another friend of ours, ladies and gentlemen, Zeb McNichol hits 1,000 days today. Way to go, Zeb. Zeb is a passionate supporter of Talking Trash, and he's an advocate for recovery. 1,000 days is 2 years and 9 months. It equates to 2 years and roughly 270 days. It's approximately 32.8 months. It's about 142.8 weeks. That's 24,000 hours, 1.4 million minutes, and 86 million seconds of sobriety for Zeb McNichol. Way to go, dude. We love you. There you have it. Zeb McNichol, way to go, dude. He's a very he's a close supporter of us. We appreciate that. So,
and he is so involved. Kind of ties into the trusted service thing. He when we took on the task, or we were offered to bring the message into the youth centers, Zeb was the first guy up to the bat.
Yeah,
and he loves it, right? And he just he reports back. He goes, "I feel like an old guy on a skateboard," you know, talking to these guys. But he just loves going back. And he goes, "When can I?" I'm like, "Just check the schedule, man." I'm like, awesome. Yeah.
Hi, Kayla. Welcome to the show. Yeah. I don't know her. So Tiger Woods. It's a shame. Brad, where are you at tonight? Where are you broadcasting from?
I am in Havre, Montana, is where I am down. No, legit. That's where I'm at. I'm staying at the Super 8.
I've had a few nights the old Super 8. All right, Jimmy, read our upcoming guest.
All right. So Wednesday we have a returning guest. We have Stephen M. The week following that we have Kaylin B. Followed the next Wednesday by Charlotte Wells, and Sunday the 19th we have Laura Lee Gruber. Super.
Yeah, so we got people coming up. We just do this thing. We stories need to be heard. So sobriety stories need to be heard, and they need to be showcased in a way to reach people that are in active addiction, or they think they want this thing. So we're gonna bring on a girl here, a lady, very, very pretty, very smart. She struggled with alcohol and meth, and now she's 2 years clean. Her name is Star, which is probably fitting. I don't know yet. It probably is. But her name is Star, and she is she's vibrant, she's excited, she's on. We're excited to have her, and she's hits there. Hi, Ginny, of course. Come on, I'll rearrange it. As long as you are. I know, Jimmy, I'm getting to it. Jimmy, introduce our friends while I redo the cameras.
I'd like everyone to, this is our friend, our guest tonight, Star, who is also an alumni of Prairie Sky Recovery. I met Star 4 years ago when I was there, and Brad met her when he was there 3 years ago. And it just goes to show you, sometimes you don't get it. The recovery or addiction is so strong, and I haven't heard Star's complete story, but she is, when I think of the word tenacity, someone who just keeps getting up every single time and doesn't stay down, right? And learns from her lessons. You appreciate the word lesson, right? And here's a shining example. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Starlight.
Yay!
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now,
you're making her more nervous. Stop it, Jimmy. Stop making her nervous. All right, we are gonna introduce our friend here, Star. We're privileged that you chose to come on here. We appreciate it. Tell us a little bit about Star Cardinal and what you're doing now and where you've come from. Your story. I'm yielding the floor to you. We're all dialed in.
Um,
Yeah. So
um,
when did you? All right. So when was the first time you picked up a drug or a drink?
at the age of 14.
14. So you were indoctrinated into it like it was like a normal thing. Everybody else is doing it. That whole thing. What is
Yeah,
it like? What is it like now for you in recovery? And what did you have to do to get to this version of Star?
I faced a lot of obstacles in my life
Yeah.
and a lot of challenges, um, like from my childhood
Sure.
and to my teenage years and then to adulthood and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was 15, I moved out of my parents' house to go live with my kid's dad, and um, from there, I just kind of spiraled into somebody that I wasn't.
Yeah, and that usually happens. We usually take a hostage. So you said you had a child at 15. You had kids very young then.
I was 15, turning 16.
Okay.
Yes.
So you sound like the prototypical mom that gets caught up in this shit and like you had to grow up really soon, really early. That's hard. I had kids early too, and it was a struggle. It set a benchmark that I never actually achieve. So for you, like, what are your goals today as far as your sobriety and just living regular life? What are your goals?
My goals today are to resend the PGO. That means like to get my kids out of the system and to have them back into my custody. I've had my kids for about 2 years, the two younger ones. And my oldest one, she is currently with my mom. And for now, until our relationship gets better.
I mean, listen, there's no judgment here. I mean, you can't tell a story that's going to shock us. We've seen it all, we've heard it all, but like for you to come on here says something about your character, who you are as a person. This is not a comfortable thing for you to do, to come on and advertise yourself and be showcased in front of people. But like you're doing it because I can feel you want your sobriety. You want this thing to be real. I know I was a chronic relapser. Was that your story too?
Yes, I've relapsed multiple times.
Same. How old are you now, Star?
I'm 30.
Oh wow, you do not look 30, so you got that going for you. Let's see. Brian's here. Hi, Brian. Kayla Christine says she's so proud of you, sister. Hi, Jimbo, whoever the hell that is. And
that's my brother's name.
Holly says, congrats, my niece. Listen, people are proud of you, Star. You radiate energy. You're I know that you're a kind soul at default. We get addicted to shit and we do stuff and make decisions and things spiral out of control. I get that. Of all people, I get that. But for you, there's kids involved, then there's a stigma attached to all that, and it's got to be a hard thing to navigate. I don't know what your situation is with your kid's father or whatever, but like, you're 30 now. You've had a rough 15 years. It hasn't been easy, and I can tell you've been through it. Are there things in those 15 years that you can say, I'm glad I stopped that because it would have ended this way? Is there anything like that in your story there?
Like,
I tend to ask questions and then answer them as I ask them. I'm a terrible interviewer. What happened throughout your life that cause you to self-medicate. We always say that I believe it's mental health, and it's we self-medicated for a reason. So like I'm just trying to gauge like what you struggled with abuse or neglect or whatever. What makes Star sore?
I struggled with a lot of like you guys said, mental health issues and a lot of abuse. Being with their dad, it was hard to leave that relationship behind, especially because I was so young and
I get it.
I didn't know the difference between a healthy relationship and an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah.
So it was like really chaotic, and I don't want to go into like too much detail because it's kind of
we've heard it all before. You know what I mean? We get it. We get it. We don't take sides. We're the person that comes on our show is the most important person in the universe to us. So you sitting there in the middle of four of us is brave. But like I just it's such a beautiful thing that you chose to do this. So like we see people come in here all the time, and they after the show they're like, I didn't get to tell my whole story, whatever. It's hard. We know it's hard to do it live, and we do this live for a reason.
It's actually funny, like when I see Star now, like, well, honestly, Star, when I see you now, it's just like I seen you 3 years ago, and you still have that. You still have that same energy. So when I come in there 3 years ago, were you working there at the time? I think, right? And
I was living and working.
And you were living at the Starlight thing, whatever it is, right? But the energy that you brought to the new clients, I'm just gonna say what I remember because that's the last time I seen you. I was going through rehab, and the energy that you brought and the positivity that you brought, you probably didn't even realize how inspiring and how fucking awesome you were to the new clients. So there's a lot of great things that you have and did to the clients that were there that you probably didn't even realize you were doing. So I still see that energy right now talking to you, like hearing you talk, what you do. So fucking good for you, girl. That's all I'm just throwing it out there because I can see it and I can feel it. And it's just like I seen you yesterday and it was 3 years ago. So you're still rocking on in my books. I can tell you that.
Tell me a little bit about First Nations. I don't really. I mean, I know what it is, and I understand it up there. But I don't really. I don't think I've ever really heard it from someone who is First Nations. And I could say that, right? I'm not insulting anybody.
No,
you're allowed to say that. No. How does that come into play for? Like, I wouldn't know. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm an idiot. I don't know what goes on. I don't know what goes on in New York, let alone Canada.
Well, my culture is like one of the reasons I'm here today, and my spirituality. Without that, I don't think I would have survived. My past, and like right now, like what I'm doing today is I'm actually learning more about my culture. Before, I didn't really know too much about it, but now that on this journey,
You're good. I'm just putting on a screensaver. Go ahead. So you're saying you're.
I did a like.
We've only done 190 of these. You think we know what we're doing, but we don't.
Nope.
I'm doing like a lot of traditional parenting in other programs to help me like better myself. And my kids, I just got them, getting them into like dancing, traditional dancing, and like
is that a big part of your culture, the dancing side of it? Performing arts or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I did grow up in a traditional family. My grandparents, they were knowledge keepers and pipe holders. We used to run our own sweats back home, and he also ran his own business. I was about 5 years old, from what I can remember.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Nobody calls me. Sorry.
But like because of that, I kind of lost that part of me for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
My son.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful. Good. It's absolutely beautiful. You should have your kids. Hey, buddy. Boy.
Hey, buddy.
Podcast. You know, the kids need to be with their parents if that's possible. And look at this kid. Hey, bud. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
Your mom your mom is a superstar. You know that? It's true. Oh well. Oh.
No.
A couple things I noticed.
Good, Bradley.
I was just gonna say a couple things I noticed just from the little bit we've talked already. Like, Star, this one's for you. So, just a few things that I've heard you say already. Like, I could tell that you're spiritually connected and you got something going on there, right? Like, you're talking about that quite a bit. So, I feel like that's something that we should all be working on and be thinking of for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you know her, and you've physically met her. Is she one of those people? Because she seems like it when she's doing the podcast. Is she one of those people that kind of like radiate like I don't know, light or positive energy or like, you know, there's certain people walk in, they have something about them.
She was always smiling, that I remember. Like, so I was there just almost 6 weeks, and she was there the whole time I was there, and she never once did I see her be pissy or ignorant to people or anything like that. She always brought a positive energy, and she was good rapport with people. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was always, whether you were 1 week, 5 weeks, whoever you were, she always took the time to talk to you and, you know, and listen. Like, you know what I mean? So especially for the new clients that were coming in that wanted to kind of, you know, puke out some of the stuff they want to talk about, she would sit there. She would sit there and listen. She would actually sit there and listen.
Patiently listen.
And you could tell it actually didn't bug her. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds silly, but sometimes when you're talking to people are like, okay, hurry up, get it over with. Right?
Pretty much.
But she was never like that, right? That's one giant quality that I picked up on her right away. That she had a heart, and she wanted to hear people's stories, and she wanted to be able to give a lending hand wherever she could.
Hey, Star, let me ask you, what kind of service work do you do, or any? But are you involved in like service work?
Like volunteering?
No, I don't know, sponsorship or AA or whatever. I don't know.
I do go to AA here in Fort Saskatchewan. I'm also in the women's group Soberhood Society in Edmonton. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
Good for you.
The women's only groups are very helpful, I know.
And the place that I'm staying at right now is called the New Center for Healing. They also run like their own healing circles and just a lot of positive things.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, you know, a couple of things. I can hear pain in your voice when you say certain things. I know you're carrying pain. We all are. You know, how much does it define you? Do you think? I mean, we all carry our own pain, but like for me, I had to kind of separate, you know, what I did and what I am. You know, we're not what we do. Like, so I don't know. For you, like, we talked a little bit about mental health and like holistic healing and stuff. I gotta imagine there's more of that in the First Nations arena. And like I don't know much about that, but I know like we Star brought up mental health, and she said that was an issue. And for pretty much every single addict or alcoholic, mental health is a problem. You know, and you know, for her to identify that and deal with it is it shows strength. Will, what do you think about mental health? Will,
are you there?
Sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for your words of wisdom, Will. Thank you so much.
What an idiot.
But mental health can be a great. Mental health, it can be. Are you listening?
Yes.
So like, it's not. I mean, it's like, people think it's like a dead sentence, but I mean, like, if you think about it, if you check into your mental health, then I mean, like, it your whole entire life changes. Like, you become a whole. I mean, you could be hating your partner before, but I mean, once you discover all about your. If you do that, if you allow yourself to. I just said the.
Welcome. You've got mail.
Right, now you can go.
There you go.
Now you go.
Okay.
You're chopping up. I'm sorry.
You
Yeah,
were saying, sorry, you guys were talking about like mental health. Yeah, I struggled with that for a really long time.
What would you say? Like depression, anxiety? Like what were you struggling with? All of it?
Depression. Well, and some kind of anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
And there was chronic depression.
Right. So
I
today,
I think a lot of addicts have that. You know what I mean?
We all do, yeah.
I think we always have that in some form. Like, I used to hide it with my humor. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
I would do that, like try to make a joke out of something or whatever, and maybe deep down I still felt like shit, really. But
Yep. I get it.
Way of hiding it.
Mental health is tricky because how do we address it? How do you can't tell a crazy person they're crazy, and I'm not saying she's crazy, but like mental health, you need help from a higher level, whether it be a sponsor or a doctor or someone just knows more than you to guide you through these first few things. And for me to go to rehab, get clean, and get stable on mental health meds, that took way too much energy and time and pain. You can circumvent a lot of that stuff. So what do you do now, Star, for mental health? Do you take any pills or see a psychiatrist or anything?
One sec.
Okay. There she goes.
My kids are arguing.
Tell them mommy is saving lives.
There you go. Stars. I like just look at the messages. Like these are people we haven't seen. Like Colleen, and Sheldon, and Serenity. I just got a couple of texts. Raphael, who's watching, but I'm gonna get you on, buddy. He was there with me, and he goes, "Just tell Star I love her. I'm so proud of her." And that's what this whole recovery thing's about for you guys out there. Whether you're graduated just coming in. It's just amazing, and it kind of ties in. It was just a week ago, but this is the connection that we made with the people that were there. And I can hardly wait for these people to graduate. But that's the whole thing. I was just saying, Star. Raph says he loves you and he's very proud of you. So on.
Right.
Thank you.
You have this. I feel like everybody supports you. Everybody's rooting for you. That stuff will go away if we don't stop drinking and using and doing our shit. That kind of support that she has, you can lose that too. That's not a guarantee. People will give up. So we need to take it easy on the people we beat the shit out of. Let's talk about trust for a minute, right? So like trust is a big thing. Trust is probably one of the biggest things in recovery. It's the first thing you lose, and it's the hardest thing to get back. And that's the truth. We get out of rehab and we want everybody to trust us because we're 5 minutes sober, but like we need to pump the brakes a little bit. So what did trust look like during active addiction, Jimmy?
There was no trust. Well, the only thing I trusted was my booze because it was reliable. It was always there. I knew what the outcome was, but I couldn't reach out to anybody out there who I loved because in those brief moments of clarity, I knew exactly. I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? And then booze kept called me back in saying, what are you doing? You can trust me. Right. Don't trust them. They haven't got a freaking. Are they fixing the problem? No, but I can. And it talked to me in my own goddamn voice.
Yeah.
And that was, right?
Well, all right. We're gonna do clean time here with Star, and then we're gonna let her go. She's back to her kids. She's a busy woman. Let's look at our team clean time real quick. Here at Talkin' Trash, we honor the miracle of clean time. What is clean time, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. Clean time is the amount of time you have abstained from your drug of choice, marking your success in sobriety. First on deck from the team is Willie D. Will's got 909 days clean and serene. Way to go, Will. We're all very proud of you. You're a good boy. Moving on to Tim. Tim's got 1,000 days. Actually, he just, it's 1,002. Very exciting. Very big milestone for the kid. Very proud of him. Very handsome. Timmy Snyder, 1,002. Okay, who's next on deck? It is Bradley Mansfield. Brad is coming in at 11:45. Oh, this guy, he's driving all over. He does that many miles in a day with a thing. Next on deck is Jimmy Lytle. Jimmy, 1574. Way to go, Jim. We're very proud of you. You are a real inspiration around here, kiddo. Really appreciate all you do here for Talking Trash. Oh, if you want to celebrate your clean time or share it with us live, we encourage you to drop it in the comments, and we'll make a big deal out of it. We'll set off fireworks and horns and stuff. What's your clean time? Put it in the comments, and we will share it with the universe. Clean Time on Talking Trash is brought to you by Waffle House. Waffle House. The food is not fast, it is definitely not safe, and we can't promise it's going to be cooked. Get on the train, boys. Alright. 2 years. Kayla Christine.
Oh, yeah.
Girl.
Yes, nicely done.
All right.
Brian says, good job, Tim. Thanks, Brian. All right, so we here at Talking Trash, we honor the miracle of clean time by talking about it, but it's we're not defined by our numbers either. We're here on our own accord. But clean time's important. Jennifer, look at this! Look at who it is! You're my boy, Blue. Girl, Jennifer Mansfield, you happen 374 days.
That makes me smile.
Look at that.
That's the recovery train. So, all right. So here's the thing: in active addiction, we don't trust anybody, right? We don't trust our dealer. So I would wonder if the bottle actually was 90 proof. It didn't seem strong enough. I didn't even trust the bottle labels. So we lose our trust, but we lose our trust in ourselves. And I think what's important is that we acknowledge that, you can't trust anybody else until you trust yourself. Before others trusted me again, I had to become someone I could trust. I don't know. What do you guys think about the self-trust? Love yourself. Do it.
So I was thinking about this a second ago. I think it's funny how when we're in active addiction, no one trusts us, But then they're always a bitch. That's the number one complaint. But then we get in recovery, and then all of a sudden now our biggest thing is when people are when we can't trust other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it reverts. And it's probably the same people that didn't trust you before, but now that you're sober and clean, now that you can't trust them, it's like a role reversal. I mean,
that's a good point.
I don't know. I think it's
role play. Do gas station boner pills count? Brian wants to know. I don't think so.
I mean, depends on what ones you get, because some of them can make your heart go real fast.
Oh my God!
Ask Brad. He's in America. Brad,
what a Hims, like the rest
no,
of
thank
us.
you.
Hims is not inaccessible, people.
Just get you a ring.
I know.
I like when we talk about the trust thing, though. But Will kind of nailed that. So for me, that was a really hard part early in my recovery. It's because I wouldn't talk to people and I wouldn't say things how I felt because I didn't trust anybody. I was scared that if I told somebody something, they might tell other people about what I told them. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? So it's so weird. Will, you nailed it. How that trust almost goes reverse osmosis type of deal, where it's all of a sudden it's well, no one trusts me, but wait a second, I don't trust anybody else neither. So it's like a double-edged sword.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Good for the gander.
Right.
Yeah. So once I started opening up and letting letting people, how can I say that?
Letting people in.
Yeah, letting people in. You know what I mean?
Well,
And doing that trust, it got a hell of a lot easier. But and then on the flip side of that, all the trust that I disearned in my active addiction, that takes a long time to rebuild back to. Because for me, like I started young and I was drinking and using at an early age. So I was using for like 30 some years. So I'm only sober 3. So I actually gotta nip myself in the butt sometimes and realize like, well, how come they're not thinking this way? Oh, look at me, I'm sober for 3 years.
Right.
But then I gotta think, wait a second, I was fucking up for 33 years. Like, cut them some slack, right? They've earned that for me because actions speak louder than words, right?
Yep.
Right, exactly. And people begin to get weary of your bullshit, everybody's got a saturation point. And as addicts, we are testing the limits. It's nice to see that there is support out there. It is a miracle.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Star, do you have any brothers, sisters?
I love aunts.
I have 4 sisters. Have 2 brothers.
Okay. Older than you or younger than you?
I have 2 older and 2 younger.
I'm in the middle also. That's great. It's always the middle child's the black sheep of the family, which is the best.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
This shit.
Let's wish our girl good luck and we'll let her go. Star, you did a great job coming on. Appreciate you. Guys, what do you have to say to our friend here? Really?
Awesome seeing you, Star. Honestly, man, it was really good seeing you.
Yeah.
I
I'm happy
apologize
for you and I'm proud of
for
you.
the kids.
You're fine. You are
Don't
fine.
apologize for
It's an addiction
those
recovery
gifts.
podcast. Our standards aren't very high. You know what I mean?
And
So
guess
don't
what?
worry about it.
Yeah, look
I'll
at
throw
Brad.
This out there. Yeah, exactly. Look at me. I'll throw this out there, Star. Everything else gets pushed aside. Family first, honey. Family first.
Exactly.
So, Star, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. We'd love to have you back on. Keep doing what you're doing. We're proud of you. And we'll see you next time, Star. It was great.
Take care, girl.
Take care, girl.
Cheers. It's great. What the message she spread was one of courage. Came on and that kind of shit is you can feel it. You don't have to be there. You can feel someone putting their courage on the line and coming on, and that's what recovery is all about. Getting out of your
and that's where it starts, Tim. You're totally right. Like once you get breaking out of that box and doing things that you're not used to doing, like that's where recovery is huge after that, I find. And like fucking right on, Star, for doing that, because we know you were nervous, but you didn't look it, and you did a fucking great job. So hold your head up high. I think you did awesome.
Yeah,
proud of you.
And you are now immortalized with the rest of Talking Trash forever and ever. Amen. Yeah, she. I mean, like I nobody should be nervous coming on here for one, but I do. I absolutely get the jitters and all that. But you know what? She came on and she kicked the shit out of it. So good on her. Right. Way to go, Star. And we are proud of you. Let's take a look back at the trust thing we're kind of looking at here. I like this because trust not only is it the hardest thing to get back, but it's the easiest thing to lose. I think I said that already. Yeah. But like trust is you want your loved ones to trust you with anything, taking out the garbage, getting the mail, whatever it is. It's when our actions don't match our words. And that happens pretty quick when you're in active addiction. Why do people stop believing what we say? They stop listening to our words and start watching our actions. There's living amends. Jimmy, how would you describe living amends?
Well, obviously the person is still around, and you either do it. I always did try to do mine face to face, right? And a lot of people wouldn't talk to me, so just an email or a text or whatever, or write a letter. And of course, like my dad had passed when I was still in active my alcoholism. So every time I drive, I just spend some time in this. Like every time I drive by the graveyard, I always stop by, and I'm just, hey, Dad, how you doing? And blah blah blah. And it breaks my heart, but I can't change it. It's done. It's done. I know he's not looking down. Well, he's looking down from Catholic heaven, playing his harp and all that shit. But I know that he's proud, and it kind of ties in that legacy thing. Like he left one big boots to fill, and I will never be able to fill those. Right. But what I'm doing now, I'm just doing my small part in a different way. Like not in the business wise, but just my business is recovery. That's we always say, like as Brad says, we suffered in silence and we fucking yell out loud because this shit is serious business. It is, and I can't thank Star enough. It took a lot. She was very nervous, and a lot of addiction does that to you. You're a piece of shit. I'm not saying that she is. She's amazing, and she did amazing. Look, all those people that chimed in. We've never had those people chime in before, so thank you, all her family and friends, and the texts I've been getting. Like she is loved and respected in the recovery community.
Absolutely.
So hold your head high, girl. We're so proud of you, and you got no balls to go, but keep going.
Yeah, kids back. Do it all, man. She's an example of this thing can work. But addiction is very cunning, very very tricky. Jimmy said a few times that it speaks to him in his own voice. That's how it gets one on us. We think that we're not good enough to go on a podcast and talk. Nobody's going to want to hear what I have to say. I'm only Tim, and I'm only 1,000 days sober. But like breaking that stigma and telling people good job, that means something to people. We have a couple people here that want to share their day count in a different way. Hold on, okay. ALT 554 days. Way to go, kiddo. Laura B.
33
days. And
hell yeah.
Good for you.
I know about this lady and her day count and whatever, because she is she's been like a transformation at Discovery, and she's staying on for another 6 months. She completed her 30 days. Now she got her phone back and she's staying on and she's doing the extra. The way to go, Laura B. Very proud of you. It means a lot. A lot of people look at this stuff and they're like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, and that's our job here. You can do it.
And everybody can do it. It's just you just gotta want to do it. Like I think everybody has that power in them, and everybody has that ambition in them. It's just like Tim says, you're getting over that stigma and working on that trust and being open-minded and doing all that. Every goddamn one of us can do it because even this wacko did it. So I mean,
right. You are a wacko.
So I'm just everybody can do it, and that's the thing. Like Jimmy said, Jimmy says a lot of great things. I love that guy. Don't tell him I like him, but I love him. And we do. That's what we want to do. We want to recover out loud because it's worth doing. And when people see that it's fun and that it's worth it, hopefully people want to jump on that train because I can tell you right now, the last 3 years of my life, well, I'll say the last 2, because the first year was a fight, and I'd be lying to you to say any different. But now that I'm on 3 years, I fucking have fun. I enjoy being sober. I can go over places, I can go dancing and whatever. Like I enjoy it. Like
yikes!
You should see me dance.
Very pretty.
You talk about tweaking.
I bet you work a mean pole.
Yeah, but you can have fun. Recovery is fucking fun, and it's I've had more fun in the last couple of years than I did 30 years of snorting mounds of blow, drinking booze, partying hard. And right now, I'm having the most fun I've ever had in my life, and that's a true story. And that's not
a bad blow.
Here's what
fun he's having his clothes on. That right, Bradley?
I identify immediately with Brad and what he says. Like but what I identify with is at 1 year, you are nowhere near what you are now at 3 years, and I feel the same way. I'm 3 year or whatever. I'm nowhere near. Like 2 years ago, I was not this person, and you can't go back and report from the other side and be like, it's worth it. Come on over. You have to live it, and it sucks. But
and it almost goes exponentially in a way.
It does.
Right?
It starts to trend in that direction, and you can shift the momentum in your favor. And we're our own advocates. We're our own best advocates. We're our own doctors. We know what's wrong with this. We know it needs to be done. It's just a matter of getting out of your comfort zone. 1 year, I started doing the show. I was like a year and a couple months, and I had this mindset where I was the best, and I was going to show everybody in the world how great I was with this
Talking with
podcast.
Timmy.
And that was it was Timmy time or something, whatever. It was not. I didn't start this because I wanted to save people in recovery, or I had heart for recovery. I started this selfishly to entertain myself and do stuff. And it turned into this beautiful thing. But that's the same thing that Brad was just talking about. That we don't know how we feel at a year versus 3 years, because you have to get there. And if you give up halfway through, you start that whole fucking thing over again.
But we're doing that, Tim. So you started this, a couple years back or whatever. Yeah, you probably didn't know, right? But look what it's grown into. Look what you've grown into. Like, so where you've come in your recovery. So that's the difference. We just talked about this about 15 minutes ago. You were doing things outside of your comfort box, and now you come on here, like, you know what I mean? And you're comfortable. Like, I don't know, like that's recovery at its finest right there, because probably 2 years ago, like you're actually very well spoken and you're very knowledgeable. You're not as good looking as what you said there earlier, but besides that, all the rest of it, right?
You're such a dick.
I know,
right.
But
He's right.
everything you do, Tim, and a lot of people so I'll say even my family speak very highly of you when they listen to this, because you're well spoken, and you probably weren't 2 years ago, but that's recovery. That is recovery at its finest, because we grow each day to be a better version of ourselves. AKA, that's what Jimmy says. I stole this quote from him, but that's what we do.
You bastard.
You're absolutely right. And
copyright.
Don't get me started on fucking copyright laws. I
know.
Oh my god! and like, we're not doing anything wrong, but like, for some reason, fucking Spotify runs us through a fine-tooth comb. Fine-tooth comb, and fucking pulls our episodes. Just no email, no nothing. Just up, your episode's gone, and I gotta go fucking figure it out afterwards. So I don't know what we're doing wrong. It feels like there's somebody out there trying us. Probably not. If you want to be on the show, email Jim at Trash Dash. Speaking of our Trash Dash, if you're bored one day or taking a shit or whatever, go on our website and check out our gallery page. It's kind of fun. It's current. It's just got fun stuff. You can watch that for 10 minutes to be entertained by us. Trash Addict on YouTubers. If you feel like you want to kill yourself, like I do right now, you dial 988 and they will intervene.
Hey, let me call them for you.
Yeah, just put them on three-way. Do a conference call.
Right.
Oh my god,
three-way calls.
It's actually funny. So
that's a 1-800 number. 188. Yeah,
1888.
A friend of mine I haven't talked to in a long time. I'm not going to get into names or anything because that's his thing. But I haven't talked to him in a long time. Used to work with him, and he's been sober now for 2 years. And he sent me a picture. And this again, what it's all about. He sent me a picture of him and his kids. And he's like, this is what 2 years sobriety gets you. So there he was with his kids. And then we just got talking. We probably talked for about 20 minutes. And then, then I'm like, oh, check out this podcast. He checked it out. He's like, this is like, it's so cool how recovery works. So there's a guy I worked with, and him and I partied hard together at work. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I just get a random picture because he knows I'm sober and I knew he was getting sober. Right. And there he was with his 3 kids. Like, to me, looking at that was like, there you go. Jimmy, what is it?
What's that?
Miracle.
It's a miracle.
Jimmy.
Oh, this is Jimmy. Welcome to the miracle.
Listen, I'll get on the next flight, buddy.
Jimmy.
Willie.
Hey, you take your methane blue.
Methylene.
We should actually do that, Jimmy. We should jump on a plane and go see.
I know. We'll just show up. We'll just show up. We'll lift your truck, Willie.
Don't be teasing me.
We'll be
let me check that out.
I got 4-wheel drive. I can get it through the mud.
All right, so I'm gonna run the game I came up with across you guys. See what you think. We'll see here. Hold on. Oh god, I clicked on something bad. Did I click back?
Is it hockey?
Oh my god, I almost lost the entire podcast. No, it is not.
Suddenly I see. This is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see.
The game is called 2020. Kind of a stupid game to have on a podcast. This is a visual game called 2020. how this would work. All right, so this comes up, and we all, an image game on a podcast. Great idea, I know. So we look at an image.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Do it.
Got it. So that was kind of an easy one. I didn't get the list. Yes, it's
peasy.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So this is how we're gonna do it. I think it could be fun, but then again, we are a audio podcast, so maybe visual stuff isn't the best. But just trying different things. You know what I mean? We are a minor league hockey team. That's what we are. We are a fucking gimmicky minor league hockey team, and I have no problem
Slap
with that.
shot.
Right? All right.
We're the replacements.
We're the replacements.
Oh, I like
right.
that.
There it is.
That's a good movie.
That was a great movie.
I know.
It was a great movie. Let's talk sports real quick for a second. There's a lot going on, and
oh yeah,
I don't know. Playoffs are right around the corner. I love this time of year. All right, just for today.
Dizzle, my.
What did I do? What the fucking?
I mean, that was it. There's just that one image. That's it. That's it.
Well, yeah. Oh no, I was just testing it. I was just.
That was a great game, Timmy.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Game's over. Never gonna play it again. I knew I'd catch you. I'm watching him backstage. I'm like, this fucking idiot. He is having a blast.
Bradley.
Oh, Fleetwood Mac coming in hot. Hysterical. I watch
Busted.
I see him backstage.
Oh, yeah,
all right. So here we are. We read this thing on the screen. Will does it. Will does a great job.
He does amazing.
Yep, and he deals with background music like
as
a
long
pro.
As the background music is playing.
Go ahead. Oh, look at Will.
That's some definitely.
That's the name. I know you cracked it right there. Right.
That's
the name of this is Our Own True Will. So it's gonna be very confusing as Will reads about his own true will.
Okay, we're turn the music down though. Our own true will. God's will for us consists of the very things we most value. God's will becomes our own true will for ourselves. And yes, turn it down.
Nope.
Basic text page 48. It's human nature to want something for nothing. We may be ecstatic when a store cashier gives us back change for 20, though we only paid with a 10. We tend to think that if no one knows, one small deception won't make any difference. But someone does know. Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Deception won't make any difference, but someone does know. We do. And it does make a difference. What worked for us when we use frequently doesn't work long in recovery. As we progress spiritually by working the 12 steps, we begin to develop new values and standards. We begin to feel uncomfortable when we take advantage of situations that when we used, would have left us gloating about what we had gotten away with. In the past, we may have victimized others. However, as we draw closer to our higher power, our values change. God's will becomes more important than getting away with something. When our values change, our lives change too, guided by an inner knowledge given us by our higher power. We want to live out our newfound values. We have internalized our higher power's will for us. In fact, God's will has become our own true will for ourselves.
How about that?
Just for today. By improving my conscious contact with God, my values have changed. Today, I will practice God's will. My own true will. My name is Will.
Will, good job, dude. You read it all. You got it all. Really good job.
Oh, my diploma now.
That's a lot of wills.
A lot of wills. Where there's a will, there's a way, though, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody.
Come on, somebody.
There's no way. All right. Did we get everything? We got upcoming guests. Narcan, don't kill yourself. I think it's about it. We are live on Sundays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, whatever, 7 p.m. Central Time, and not what the screen says. And yeah, congratulations everybody, and a heartfelt thank you to Star for coming on and showing her strength. People need to hear that stuff. Larry chimed in a minute ago. Where the hell's Larry at? Larry said,
he's in Canada.
I tuned in late and missed Star. I guess I'm going to have to see a rerun. Yeah, we don't do reruns, Larry. There's no.
Nope,
that's not
that's
an
it.
option.
You missed it. Sorry, you have to wait for syndication.
We are reruns. Is what we are.
Yeah,
right?
we
Wasn't Canada behind us? So you can just replay it then.
They're not behind us. It's not. I mean, they're just in a different spot in the world.
I was joking.
Oh my god!
I love you.
All right.
God.
Let's see. We're talking trash. We're in this
I
thing
meant, like,
for the
literally
long
behind us.
haul. Will doesn't know where he's at or what's going on. But
That's the
us.
way to
We're doing our
be.
thing.
Go
Go on if you're early in recovery, which a lot of you are. Go on the App Store when you get your phones back and capitalize on some apps to
Or
further
just
your
use what you got
sobriety.
hidden in your room.
Or just do that. Whatever you got to do. We really appreciate everybody's support and listening to us for an hour and 15 minutes. That's a lot. I know. But that's really it. So what do you say, boys? What do you say to our people before we hit the Rizzode?
You ain't first. You
last.
Remember, raise hell, praise Dale. Come on.
Keep fighting the fight. There's going to be days where you feel like you want to give up. Don't give up. Keep trucking forward, and this recovery thing's going to be worth it. That's what I'll say about that. Because there are days it's going to be shitty. But guess what?
Hell, there are weeks too. But you know what? Once you get past that, once you get past the most roughness of that, then you know you'll have a day here or there. But I mean, it won't be anything like it was at the beginning.
Yeah, that roller coaster starts to level out a little bit.
But I love roller coasters.
Yeah,
I love roller coasters too.
It's a little better. All right, hold on one sec. So,
I love you, Jimmy.
I didn't say shit.
I just love your. I won't say it. It's just you gotta.
What?
We got one more clean timer. Caesar P, a friend of the show, 44 days. Yep, he's a good dude.
Congratulations.
Cesar.
There you go, Cesar.
Cesar.
That's it. If you have a problem with what we do, send an email to Jimmy. Other than that,
I'll fix you. I'll fix you. You prick.
We love you guys. Thank you for your support. And
just trust the process.